What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. Well, I am here for a late night quick drop. According to, I'm reading this directly from Law 360 Legal News and Analysis. Shout out to my subscriber O Street for sending this to me. I jumped right out of bed and came down here to share it with you guys. NeNe Leakes has agreed to drop her lawsuit against NBC Universal. Now, let me read you this article. It's a little lengthy, but I want to make sure you get the information. This is dated August the 19th, so this happened. This just happened. NeNe Leakes, who starred on the reality show The Real Housewives of Atlanta, on Friday agreed to drop her lawsuit against NBC in Georgia federal court that accused the network of allowing a racist work environment to fester and sidelining her for calling out offensive comments from her white co-star. In a four-page joint stipulation notice, Leakes, along with defendant NBC Universal, Bravo Media Production Company, True Entertainment, talk show host and producer Andy Cohen, and three executives, informed the court that parties have agreed to dismiss her April lawsuit. Leakes hereby dismisses this action and all claims asserted by Leakes without prejudice, therefore concluding that the case before this court at this time, the notice states all parties consent and stipulate to the foregoing dismissal. No party will seek recovery of cost of attorney fees in any submission to this court. Now, it's important to notice, for me to note that this was done without prejudice, meaning they could bring the case again. With prejudice would mean that, like basically it's a wrap, it's done. But without prejudice means that it's not necessarily over. We're going to get to that at the end. Leakes, who is black, had accused the defendants of violating federal race discrimination laws. In her suit, the reality TV star claimed the companies and producers behind the show retaliated against her when she spoke up about racist comments from fellow housewife Kim Zolciak Biermann, cutting her role without supporting Zolciak Biermann's spinoff cutting her role while supporting the Kim Zolciak's spinoff. For years, NBC, Bravo, and True have fostered a corporate and workplace culture that has permitted and tolerated, if not encouraged, racially offensive and insensitive conduct, statements, and actions by the employees. Her suit centered on comments from former Real Housewives co-star Zolciak Biermann, who was not named as a defendant in the complaint. Leakes alleged that in the show's first season, Zolciak Biermann said she didn't want to attend a barbecue because she didn't want to sit around with NeNe and eat chicken. A comment Leakes said in the suit perpetuated an offensive stereotype about African Americans. Zolciak Biermann also used the N-word in 2010 during a taping of the show to refer to a ban and had used the word in 2012 in reference to some of the housewives, according to the complaint. During the show's fifth season, she referred to a co-star's new home in Atlanta as being in a ghetto and called Leakes' new house a roach nest in 2017. Ms. Leakes and some of her fellow black housewives were outraged by the claim that NeNe Leakes was a roach-infested, a term that Leakes and fellow housewives felt was racially offensive for its culture implications and impoverished black women living in the projects. But in lieu of disciplining Zolciak Biermann or working to prevent her from making similar offensive comments, Leakes argued that NBC, Bravo, and True Entertainment backed her spinoff, Don't Be Tardy, and allowed her a recurring supporting role on the Housewives franchise. The companies then retaliated against Leakes, she claimed, demanding she keep a low profile and avoid press opportunities. The message was clear. Accusations of racism by a show employee against another show employee would not be tolerated, she said. The retaliation culminated in 2020, she claimed, as Black Lives Matter protests sprung up across the United States in the wake of George Floyd's murder. While Bravo made public statements avowing its support of the movement, a top producer asked Leakes to bow out of the show's 13th season. While tweeting as if it cared about the plight of Black America behind the scenes, NBC, Bravo, and True were plotting to continue to retaliate against Ms. Leakes for her standing up against race-based mistreatment she had long endured. According to Leakes' suit, the discrimination and harassment she faced on the set of Housewives came from the top, stemming from a lack of diversity at NBC and its parent company, and permeating into its show's workplace. NBC and Bravo segregated the Real Housewives franchise, she argued, treating certain city series as white shows and the others as black, with little, if any, overlap or mixing between the two. Representatives for the parties did not immediately respond to requests for comment Friday evening. Leakes is represented by so and so and so and so, and then it lists who Bravo and who the other people are represented by. So look, this is a big deal, but I don't want people to get all excited and be like, "Oh my goodness, NeNe lost," or "Oh my goodness, it's over." Like, first of all, I ain't nobody's lawyer and I ain't go to nobody's law school, so let me just put that there and put a pin in that. But I told you guys a few weeks ago that NBC was trying to get this case pushed into into New York, because in New York it's mandatory that any type of labor disputes have to go through arbitration. And generally speaking, when things go through arbitration, there's a settlement. It sounds to me like NeNe's lawyers and NBC's lawyers were able to come to some sort of a settlement before it went to court. It doesn't sound like it went to New York because this is coming out of Georgia, but it sounds like there was some sort of settlement. Whether it was monetary, whether NeNe's going to be back on NBC, Universal in some capacity and get a job back, not necessarily Housewives, but get a job back. Maybe they're going to give her a spinoff. Maybe they're going to give her opportunities on some other shows. Like, whatever that looks like, that's what it sounds like happened. I don't think NeNe just dropped her lawsuit and walked away with nothing. I feel like there was a settlement. There's going to probably be an NDA, so we may or may not ever get those details. But that's what I'm thinking. Don't know that to be certain. That's just my conjecture at this point. Y'all tell me what y'all think happened and what y'all think went down behind closed doors. And we are definitely going to have a live conversation about it. But I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.